Hi, it's Lisa Rose, and today I'm talking about soul blueprints. So, what is a soul blueprint? It's a container of knowledge and information about your soul. And your soul blueprint isn't like anyone else's, it's original to you, just like a thumbprint or a snowflake. No two are alike. And when you understand who you are at soul level, it's easier to make new choices that are in alignment with your soul blueprint. So living in alignment with your soul, guided by your soul blueprint, it creates a shift, or many shifts. Some of them are subtle shifts and some of them are significant, depending on how out of alignment you've been living. So when you begin living in alignment, using your soul blueprint as a guide or as a reference tool, you'll have discovered the key to happiness, fulfillment, and your own personal flow. Things will become much easier, less difficult, more in alignment with your real self, the real essence of who you are. And for example, here's some examples. Manifesting. You might find that one of your friends manifests very quickly. It just seems that no matter what this person does, they meet the right people, they're in the right situations. They almost seem like they have really good luck. And you, on the other hand, not so much. Right? So this would be an example of your person that that has a great ease in manifesting, is probably manifesting in ways that are in alignment with their soul blueprint, and you probably are not. So that's just an elementary example of how you might see it in the real world. So I've been creating soul blueprints for clients for about 10 years now, and I am still amazed at how accurate they are and how wondrous it is when somebody chooses to realign their lives to their soul using their soul blueprint. It's like magic just starts happening all over the place. It's just amazing. So my clients report sudden shifts, quick shifts, big shifts, little shifts, shifts across their personal lives and their business. But let me give you a couple of practical examples from my clients. So I'll give you two. The first is I have a client who is overwhelmed and also overworked, spending an awful lot of time on the job, which paid well, was fine, was trained for, liked enough, but it was like too much of a really good thing. And didn't have a personal life anymore because the requirements of the job were to be present for very, very long hours. What this person really wanted was to be able to cover her bills with that kind of work, which she's an expert at, and then have some time to do her own thing, something else that she wanted to do that was different. And so after going into alignment, she had called me and said, I don't know what you did in my soul record, but things are lining up perfectly for me. So I'm getting everything that I want. All I have to do is think about it, and these opportunities are coming my way. She says, for example, I quit that job, and a few weeks later, my boss called me and offered me the same job, but part-time, only a few days a week. So I have all the money I need to cover the bills, but I now also have time to do what it is that I've been desiring to do. So that's an example, right? So you could say, well, that was a significant shift, even though the energetic shift had felt very subtle, Another one was a client who was preparing her life to be an empty nester. The kids, one child was gone, another child was getting ready to leave, so the kids were going to be out of the house. She was looking to really reinvent herself, open a new chapter, transform, have a life that she really wanted. And part of it, part of her process is she wanted to make sure that the new choices that she was making were in alignment with her soul. So she went through the soul realignment process, has her soul blueprint, and then started changing the way that she makes choices, changing the way she operates so that it was more in alignment with what was revealed in the soul blueprint. Let me give you an example in her life, as a personal life, worried about, the youngest, who was interested in many different things, but seemed to not really have a solid direction for taking the next step that would take this child out of the house, right, and into adulthood. And this child had expressed an interest in music production, the technical side of music. And once the client had done the work into soul realignment, the right person showed up within a week. Had a conversation with a friend, said, how's your child doing? Child's interested in technical aspect of music production. Friend says, I know somebody looking for somebody to intern for that exact kind of work. They met the following week. Child got the internship. So see, in alignment, what happened in that case was not only was the client lining up, but everything that the client is concerned about started lining up based on the client's choice to make new choices in alignment. There is no other effect. Once you make a change, everything around you starts changing too. And when you make changes that are in alignment with who you are at soul level, the right people, the right situations start to emerge seemingly out of nowhere, and they come right to you, right? So this is some of the really wondrous benefits of soul realignment. So knowledge and information about your soul, all this information comes from your soul record. Your soul record lives in what we call the Akasha or the Akashic records. So your soul record, which is stored, it's a living record. In other words, it's changing every day. It records everything that your soul thinks, knows, decides, experiences, acts on, doesn't act on, every situation. It's all there. It's all in the record there. And the Akashic record it is. It's an energy field. It's an energy field that is connected right directly to you at soul level, and is gathering all that information, and then acts like a library where it stores the information, and you can pull your record to take a look at information in there in detail or even generally. So including the choices that the soul has made in past lives. So it's not just the present that it's recording. It has a record of every choice going through even past lives. It's all right there. And when I create a soul blueprint for you, I take a look at your soul record in the Akashic records, and I spend hours in there gathering a lot of information about your soul profile. Your soul profile includes the special combination of characteristics, qualities, and abilities that make your soul unique. I also take a look at what your divine gifts are that are meant to be shared beyond yourself here on planet Earth, your soul purposes, the periods of history and the mystery schools where your soul has felt most expressed. We take a look at creativity and how your soul likes to express itself creatively. I also can figure out quickly your soul's point of origin and your soul group and the characteristics of people in that soul group. I can take a look at your spirit guides of soul record, particularly your inner circle, which are the spirit guides you've acquired in this incarnation that are working with you regularly. I can take a look at the choices that your soul has made in the past and in the present to understand what choices were made that created a block or a restriction to your connection to your soul alignment. In other words, what choices or decisions or actions were taken or made that took you out of alignment that are still present and still causing you difficulties, right? It's there in the record. So I can pinpoint that to, is it a past life? Is it a present life? If it was a past life, how long ago? What happened? What choice was made? And what was the consequence of that choice? And how is it showing up as a block or restriction? That I can find out in a basic soul blueprint. So we also take a look at the wholeness of your soul. Is your soul missing some soul facets? Or does it have too many? Or is it still contained with the number of facets that it had at its point of origination? And there's symptoms that go along with not having all of your facets or having too many, right? So there's a symptomatic situations that reveal themselves that tell us that. But I can look at it in your soul record, and then we call those soul facets back so that you are in wholeness and are connected directly to your own soul, right? So how to realign to your soul blueprint, we also talk about. So when I'm doing a soul blueprint, it's a session. I do all the work on the front end. It takes me many hours. I put it all together for you in a PDF so you can read it a couple of times because it's dense. There's a lot of information there. It gives you time to think about it and to ask questions or come up with your questions. And then we meet for 60 minutes, an hour, and we talk about it and I answer your questions. And then I help you understand how you can practically use the information to make the changes that you would like to see in your life by realigning to your soul. So understanding your soul blueprint is the first step in my soul work. And if you were doing coaching with me, I have a coaching program called Solutions, right? We're finding solutions to the problems that you're either creating or the problems that seem like they're happening to you. We're looking for a solution by realigning to your soul. And that's a much bigger program. That's several months long, where we take a look at the blueprint, and then I help you on a regular basis, taking a look at what's happening, what decisions are coming up that you can make that are in alignment. Are you in alignment? Are you not in alignment? Do we need to go into the soul record and gather more information about this specific situation? Because the information that's in the soul record is vast. So initially, we're going after who you are at soul level with the soul blueprint. Then we can take a look at how you manifest. Then we can take a look at your inner circle of spirit guides and identify who they are, how they like to communicate with you, what their role is on the team to support you. You can take a look at life situations. You can also take a look at business. You know, how money and business and finance all best work for you. You can actually do a reading on your business. Take a look at probabilities of situations in the future, given the choices that you've made so far, and it goes on. There's a lot of work that can be done in the Akashic records, inside your soul record. So if this sounds like something that you are interested in learning more about, or if it's something you would like to work with me on, the way to do that is to book a call with me, and we'll get on a call for 20 minutes. We can talk about it. You can ask your questions about the process, and we can decide if this is a good match for you and you want to start doing soul work. Okay? So the other choice is you can send me a message. You can put it in the comments. You can send me a private message if you like. Head on over to my website, trulyliving.net, and you can go to appointments and you can book the call there, okay? Thanks for being here with me today. Love from California, and bye for now.